in by sirens. Impeccable timing on that. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to all the rewatchers. Having a great morning. Woke up nice and refreshed. Got nothing on my to-do list. Nothing at all. Just sitting here in the living room. I got a new rig set up. You're still perched on the brick, but securely attached. You got your seatbelt on. You won't be jumping off of the brick anytime soon. I learned a new stitch today. I'm working on this project from I Need It Crochet. I Need It. She does an excellent job having size inclusive patterns. Absolutely wonderful. She gives the stitch counts and the dimensions so that you can adjust. If you know your top is an extra large and your bottom's an extra small, she gives the stitch count to make adjustments all the way through her patterns. I love them. This one is the Crossroads sweater. Hey, Paige. I'm hooking. We have some beautiful weather today, don't we? Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I sprinkled a whole bunch of wildflower seeds in the backyard. So when I did that yesterday. So when I woke up this morning, I was kind of hoping for a little bit of rain, you know, germinate them, get them started. But that's okay because I watered them really good yesterday and the sun today will help them pop. I got big seed plans. We've lived at this house for conservatively 4 years now, and every year I buy a huge bag of California poppies, trying to get that super bloom, and every year I sprinkle out all those seeds. This year I got more seed sprouts than I do weeds, so I'm doing pretty good. We'll see. Oh, Sadie says, good morning, Paige. It is just so dry where I live in the summertime that there's only a small window when there's enough natural watering going on, and we live on sand. So when I do water, it just goes all the way through down to the water table. So if I can get my trees and my bushes and my plants or long rooted items to make it all the way down to that water level, that water table, they make it. And they grow great. It's just a matter of getting them that far. Oh, good morning routines. I got my coffee going. I can't put anything but water in my Stanley, so I gotta find other coffee cups. She's got a lot to say this morning. Yeah, I don't have anything I have to do today, which seems very odd because most mornings are usually jam-packed with activity, right? This is an interesting pattern. It worked up. You start with the back waist and you work all the way up the back, and it has this beautiful lace open air project, which will pattern, which will be nice during the summer. And then you get to the shoulder seams and you work a couple of single crochet rounds, and then you work a few more single crochet rounds in a chain, And then you work the same pattern down to an appropriate bust line. And then it's another pattern working down, totally changes up. That's what I'm working on now, is this slightly smaller gapped. We're still gonna need to wear a tank top under this one. My hopes is I can possibly get it done before April. I'd love to wear a pretty new top for the meetup. Something I've made. It's a nice little repeat. So this new pattern that I learned is a fork cluster. And it's a tiny little bean stitch, a tiny little puff stitch. And then you skip one stitch and then you make a tiny little puff stitch and you're drawing them together at the top. So the 3 stitches become 1. And so to make up for that, you have to chain 2 in the middle. And I've got this deep stellar stash. I had to go way down in the yarn cellar to pull this stuff out. Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee, it's the Wrapology, which they don't carry anymore, totally discontinued. When it first came out, it got my attention, but at $8.99, it didn't hold my attention very long. Through one of the massive clearance sales, I picked it up for $2.24, and I was able to get 3 of them. I have 4? I think I have 3 or 4 of them, but at 524 yards, I got garment quality for $2, $4, $6, maybe $8. I'm glad I held out. Can you hear the rooster? He's all the way in the back of the house screaming. Our chickens have started laying eggs again. Currently we're getting about 5 a day. Day before yesterday we did get 6. I'm still getting 1 blue egg. So thankfully I had 2 of the Easter eggers. Thankfully I still have 1. Yeah, still have 1. The ladies were getting older. Into that row. I kind of like how she does the fancy little forked cluster, and then we have 3 rows of double crochet. Kind of breaks it up a little so that I don't feel like I'm just going on, and every time I make a garment, I get to a point where I feel like, it's not growing. Why isn't it getting any bigger? Thankfully, if it's broken up into these different little segments, I feel like it just flies by. I'm really enjoying this one. I was thinking that the detail work would show up so much better if it was a solid color, but I can't wear a solid color garment because when I drink and I drizzle all over it, I try to be careful when I wear my my handmade items. All right, and I got this nifty little chart I've been making for each section. For the repeat rounds, I just number it out, especially because some of them say, from this point on, repeat these rows until you have 31, 42 rows. So I recount them out and then number them so I know where I'm at. Boy, if I get distracted over there, I know I won't lose my place. Just a nice little whip, some coffee on a Friday. The weather is absolutely beautiful today. I'm gonna have to go sit out in the sunshine. Get some of that vitamin D. We've had a pretty dry spring. I think we're still expecting, well, you know, March, in like a lamb and out like a lion. In like a lion, out like a lamb. Ooh, I guess, yeah, I guess that could be flip-flopped for either way that we're getting weather. And then some of those rhymes only apply to certain states, huh? Pretty much have nice even weather all year. So this is the first double crochet round after the pattern row, which I think the pattern was lacking a tiny bit in explaining. They said double crochet in each all the way across, which is a really common phrase for pattern designers. But I find if they give a tiny bit of explanation, then I won't have to count and recount my row, because it does tell me at the end that I should have the 133 stitches across. But if they would say, hey, remember in the beginning you had 2 double crochets and a chain 1, so you're going to start with 3. And then if they would say pop a double crochet in between the forked cluster, that would help. And then these are chain 2s, so figure out 2. I guess it's figure outable. Is that even a word? I figured it out. So I'm working on this today, pretty much my main focus. I still have the 2 little yarn head dolls to work on. Throughout the votes, there seemed to be 3 top picks for the yarn head doll designs. And I couldn't decide. I loved all 3 of them. So I have the blue baby and the green baby that we opened. I really, really wanted, from the very beginning, I wanted the purple yarn-haired doll head. But I just couldn't find one for an affordable price. There's a huge range in price for those yarn head babies. So the blue and the green was a package deal. They're the slightly smaller heads, and they were $10. So that's why I got those 2. But then in noticing that I have 3 patterns that I really, 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 really want to make, I went back onto Etsy, I went back onto eBay, and I checked my little local Facebook marketplace. And on eBay, a purple baby popped up. So, and it's not that far from my house. It's about 3 hours. And they've already mailed it. I bought her yesterday, and it's already in the mail. I already have a United States Postal Service tracking number, so that's awesome. On the way. So I get to do all 3. I think the 3 are, and I'm not sure which colors will be which. That totally depends. There's one with a dress. Then Plum Preserve has on little short pants. And what was the other one? The one with the little overalls and the brown straw hat. Blueberry? I think it was blueberry. And then the 3rd popular one was the little dressed one, and that was raspberry fluff. So I'll have to get those patterns and get started. The blue and the green are the little 3-inch heads, and the purple yarn baby that I ordered is a 4-inch. So I'll have the 2 girls in 4-inch, the yellow hair and the purple, and then I'll have the 2, I think they're kind of gender neutral. Anyone could wear coveralls and shorts. It'll be fun. So I'll get to working on those. That's a project. And then on the micro scale, I have the micro scale. Oh, I have that little thread bunny, the little pink thread bunny. I did the head and the body. That was one part. And now I need to go do the arms, the legs, and the ears, which are all pretty similar shapes. So I have to work on those. And that thread is a little bulkier than a sewing thread. It's a doily spool, a cotton spool of 30. So fashion 3 is is the thicker thread that you'd make garments out of. Classic 10 is what Aunt Lydia's typically is, or if you go to Hobby Lobby and you get the artisans, it's a 10, a classic 10. So then a 30 is about half that 10, still thicker than a sewing thread. It's hard to find. The little pink that I'm working with came from a thrift store. A lot of times on Facebook Marketplace, there are people selling, and it's just, it'll say crochet thread or it'll say thread. And then, you know, sometimes people just don't know what they have and it just says knitting yarn. Can you see her over there? Sadie, what are you doing? We're tantruming on the couch. Oh, that's a better angle. That's a much better angle. So I didn't really have a video today. I'm waiting for Jada and Stitches to put out her March Unblanket project theme. And then I'll work on that and show it next Friday. What else am I waiting on? Oh, Crafting Kitty has her creator spotlight. I know she's already revealed 1 month ahead as to who the creator will be for this month. So I could go over there and just start browsing for wonderful patterns. I love the idea of suggesting and highlighting a designer and then having people run over there and explore a whole new channel. Definitely enjoyable. So I need to do that. That'll be for, those will be on Fridays when I share those. And then of course I have the inspiration on a Monday. That's gonna come around. I'll have to see what this weekend holds. Yesterday was my birthday. It was a weekday, so everyone had work and had stuff to do. So on Saturday, we're gonna take a little drive to San Francisco. We're gonna go to, we know where there's a parking garage, first of all. So that was the first hurdle. When you get to San Francisco, where do you leave your car? There's a parking garage, and it's about 1 block from Chinatown, the traditional Chinese district of San Francisco, where most Chinese immigrants set up homes and businesses and established their culture in that corner of town a long time ago. Everybody lives there now. Oh, thank you, Tamara. So we're gonna go to San Francisco and just explore the shops and the businesses, and I really want to look into jade bracelets. They're beautiful, so many different natural shades of jade. I'd love to walk through there and just look, just browse. And then there is a really old bookstore. It is set up It's really just a hole-in-the-wall bookstore. It's set up, it's 4 stories, a level, a staircase that takes you up, and another level. And it's a really small bookstore, but it's 4 stories high. And I want to go in and look at, it's been a couple of years since I've been there. I want to go look at their yarn section, at their fiber art section. It's a used bookstore, so they always have a random variety. You never know what kind of fiber arts books you're going to find in there. Usually a lot of knitting, right? I want to go look. They have new, they have used, and it just, the creaking floorboards and the smell of old paper pages. Occasionally there's these little chairs in the corners where people can just curl up and sip on whatever they're drinking and browse through a book. I have been to Glass Beach. It's in Mendocino. I know where the secret Glass Beach is. One that really hasn't been overpicked and exposed to all the tourists. Come on, Paige. Come park in my driveway and we'll take a jaunt up there. It's beautiful. In a couple of weeks, Amanda over at Tap Mama and the Beg Brigade is coming to visit. And I think that Glass Beach would be awesome. I think she would absolutely love beach combing there. Especially because there's a huge rock formation out. You gotta kind of run through the water a little bit when the tide goes out, but that whole rock is covered, the backside of it's covered in starfish. I think Amanda would absolutely love that. We're also gonna go to Point Bonita on the Marin side of the Golden Gate Bridge, and there is a sea life rehabilitation center where they have tanks full of sea lions and coastal. That's my 9 o'clock alarm. It means if I haven't gotten out of bed, I need to get out of bed. Oh, I also want to take Amanda to the Pacifica Pier. It's one of the longest piers that we have, and people do, they set out their crab snares. What else is in Pacifica? Pacifica has 2 little yarn shops that we want to go to, that I want to take her to. Oh, I've got so much fun stuff to show her when she gets here. I can't wait. That's still about 20 days away. So excited. I was also thinking, Paige, have you been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium? Oh, I think that Amanda would love that, but it's very crowded. I think it's usually really populated. I think at the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, we can get more of a personal view and look at the animals than we would at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We'll see. We'll see how much she's up for and how much she's to... Oh, the birds are waking up. We'll see how much Amanda wants to go. I don't want to overwhelm her, but I do want to jam pack everything cool you could possibly pack into a week in California. The timing didn't quite work out for Amanda to come during the California Fiber Meetup. I'm hoping this isn't just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm hoping that once I get her here, we can get her here to visit more often. It's just those plane tickets are so expensive. And then, you know, there's that little bit of nervousness into traveling when you're not used to traveling, or getting out and on a plane when you haven't done it in a long time. She's got all her toys in a pile. No, I haven't been to Moonstone Beach. I can only imagine how it got its name. Oh, that would be awesome. And Paige, I really want to get down your way. I want to go to the bookstore that's a garden. Oh, what is it called? It reminds me of a bookstore. We have a bookstore. It's named after a gentleman. Oh, yes. Send me Instagram. There's a Redwood Tree Treehouse bookstore up north along Highway 1. Of course, I want Amanda to be able to go for a drive heading up towards Fort Bragg and go through all the tall redwood trees. Oh, I've got so much fun stuff. We're not even going to have time to sleep. We're just going to have to go and explore. Yes, Bart's Books. I want to go there. Oh, it just seems like a wonderful getaway. I love going places where it seems like you're a whole world away, but it really only took you an hour or two to get there. Oh, there's lots of fun places. We have a huge mountain. It's called Mount Diablo, and it's right here in the middle of the Bay Area. Right smack dab in the middle, and it's the tallest thing for as far as the eye can see. And my brother is a park ranger, and he works on the top of Mount Diablo. The very, very top of the mountain is closed off to the public, and they have military observation up there. At different times of the year, different things are happening. Right now in the spring, there's a lot of wildflower bloomage going on. You can park and then have a great vista of all the way around the San Francisco Bay Area. But there's also, you can hike just a little bit further. One of the things that happened in October, November, in the fall, they have what are the big hairy spiders? The tarantulas. The tarantulas, they start shedding and migrating, and then it's like part of their breeding process, I think. I'm not sure. I have no idea what's going on. But it's tarantulas on the Mount Diablo. Does it get any creepier than that? She's not here for that one, but she is here for the super bloom. I'm not sure if her allergies will allow it, but I think if we could park and then walk to, a comfortable distance to a park bench, it would be amazing to be able to see the whole Bay Area. On a cloudy day, it's so high up that you just see the tops of the clouds. Top of the world. Sadie's throwing and catching her own ball. So we're going to hear some big clumsy feet. She's doing good. I really shouldn't complain, but we're having so many puppy accidents all of a sudden. When she was little itty bitty, she would religiously go potty on the puppy pads. Absolutely zero accidents. Now that she's a big breed puppy, so I just think those puppy pads are just too small. And the weather's gotten so nice that I've been trying to, outside. We've been leaving the sliding glass door open. Outside, you got to go potty. But it's almost like she's trying to get my attention or gratification. When she uses the puppy pad, of course we tell her, oh, good girl. It's almost like she wants to be praised, so she's blatantly peeing on the floor in front of us. I have a Swiffer. We've been Swiffering. Oh. You know, it's hard to tell. There's so many different ways to travel now, so many different websites and deals, and you know, I always feel like no matter how much it is, did I get the best price possible? And then travel in general is just expensive. I'm so glad you're able to go and see her graduate. Graduation is such a huge accomplishment. Oh, that's marvelous. I'm glad you're able to go. Oh, how fun. Did she decorate her graduation cap? I'm sure she has a little bit of artistic talent passed down to her from her mom. Oh, that'll be a nice trip. Oh my goodness. Is your cat able to go with you, Paige? Get your kitty cat on a plane and travel? Oh, you might need a kitty cat sitter. I'm excited. The sunshiny weather and so many fun events coming up. Spring really is the time to come out of hibernation and start traveling and exploring and adventuring. I don't adventure much in the winter. The days are too short. It gets too dark too soon. Oh, that reminds me, the dark. So north in the redwoods, oh, your cat will be in good hands. Up north, they have a zoo, the Sequoia Zoo, and it's in Eureka, California. And they have rope bridges that kind of go through the trees. And you look down into the exhibits of the zoo animals. And I've always wanted to go to that zoo. Always. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how much adventure we can pack into a week and still be able to just sit and crochet. Oh, Paige, you're gonna need to look into all the current regulations on crochet hooks on planes or scissors. You know, I've heard a really good tip to avoid needing to bring scissors at all is to bring a little pair of nail clippers. Oh, good. Paige, if you don't mind sharing, what is your cat's name? I always just think of her as Paige's kitty cat. What a lucky cat to get to live a life of adventure. Yeah, I think you're allowed a certain amount of hooks or hooks of a certain size. Some of those longer handled ones might not. He's here. There's my cat. Mine Vera. Nevera. There's a few different ways I could pronounce it, and I'm not good at any of them. Oh, plastic hook. Oh, those get squeaky. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. You know, honestly, I haven't flown anywhere in a long time myself. Maybe that's my next grand adventure. No. My next grand adventure is to drive my new car. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter today. Or your daughter's birthday was yesterday. Mine was Wednesday. Mine was the 5th. Hers was the 6th. My husband bought me a 65 Volkswagen. A bug. The car that I learned to drive on was a little red Volkswagen convertible. And it was meant to be my car, and it just didn't happen. I also learned after that a little black Volkswagen, and I have no idea what the year those two were, but my first purchased vehicle that I purchased and paid for on my own was a 69 Volkswagen Beetle. And it was white, and I had a very, very good friend at the time who used to tease me that I was driving around in an egg. I didn't mind. It was fun. Unfortunately, the place where I parked my Volkswagen was on a hill, and one night a drunk driver came flying down the hill and totally hit the side of it and destroyed my little Volkswagen. Had full insurance, took care of that, but so sad. Just got a racetrack in my living room now. I've always liked them. I've always loved them. My grandpa used to buy them and repair them and sell them, just, you know, to keep himself busy after he retired. So I have lots and lots of experience with holding a flashlight for grandpa, not a dad. So this year, my husband's a mechanic, and one of his very, very good friends came across a couple of project vehicles and purchased them all for a really great price, and they're mixing and mashing parts together, and he purchased one of them for me. I'm so excited. So my next couple adventures are just gonna be short day trips driving around in my Volkswagen. Just roll the windows down and feel the breeze, which I have a lot of fun. I live along the deltas, so we've got a lot of little small towns with little thrift shops and antique shops and coffee shops and old drawbridges. So I'm gonna get to just travel around. No, I'm not taking the birds in the car. That's not a good idea. No. No, wind beneath my wings. Not gonna happen. Those are Lily and Ryan's parakeets. Lily is my exotic animal lover. She wanted birds, and because we've never had birds before, my husband took her and she picked out 2 parakeets to get used to bird maintenance and care and that sort of thing. And they're doing great. They seem happy. They're here in the living room so they can have more exposure to the family. And they do. Once the sun hits this front room, they chirp. Now they're fighting. Well, this little top is moving right along. Gotten a lot of work done visiting with you. Oh my goodness. Once I start listening to the house sounds, I can hear the rooster in the backyard, Sadie's feet clomping around in here, the birds chirping, and now all of a sudden I can hear the fish tank seems extra loud. I'm not sure how much my phone picks up in sound on a live. I know that if I record in my bedroom, I have the carpeting, and my voice picks up best in there. When I'm in the dining room, it seems like everything echoes. I don't know. I'm still figuring out the whole YouTube channel recording thing. I did figure out why there was spontaneous music in the middle of my videos. So I pre-recorded intros and outros on my editing app. And then I would squeeze in, when I would record a video, I would just insert it to the middle of them. Well, I guess if I don't properly delete, and then I'll attach pictures and then the outro. So if I don't properly delete the whole middle of it each time, it kind of leaves little segments. There's a pretty bird song. It'll leave some of the music in there. Uh-oh. She came in from the backyard looking sulky. What are you up to? What's going on back there? The Crossroads Sweater by I Need It Crochet. This is the back panel of the neckline and the front panel. Working down the front, and when these finally meet, then I will use this extra long start to sew in, I think it said 27, but totally adjustable for personal size. Stitch in, and those will become sleeves, and then I'll start working in the rounds. I'm excited. And it's the perfect colors to wear with jeans. Jean shorts, jean capris. I'm gonna have fun. And I have a very, very light gray, which a black would work too. Tank top to wear underneath. We will see. I was thinking about going into the backyard and picking some lemons and making some lemonade today. They look just about ripe. I had to put in a iron railroad spike into the base of my lemon tree because it wasn't producing any lemons. And someone was telling me that you have to feed a lemon tree to get it to start producing. So I did some research, and there was a radio talk show, a gardening radio talk show that came on in the mid-90s. And my husband's grandma was telling me about it, that you can nail a iron railroad spike into the ground by the base of the tree. Oh, Paige, I just guess it. As many lemons as I can get my hands on. And I guess my grandma's secret ingredient is a tiny little sprinkling of salt. And then I don't use sugar. And using that stevia. I always say sativa, but that's the wrong thing. Stevia sweetener. Or I've been known to buy some of that sparkling mineral water, the one with no flavor in it, club soda or something like that, and mix it with a splash of lemonade. I've also been freezing. Last year I froze a whole bunch of ice cubes. Just squeeze the lemon juice into my ice cube tray and then put them in a sandwich baggie and then freeze a whole bunch of them and keep refilling my bag. That's nice. Just a little lemon and some water, no sweetener at all. Can't really do the sugar. Can't do the sugar. I've been doing really, really good keeping my blood sugar balanced. I should be good at it by now, right? I've been type 2 diabetic for this July will be 20 years. I've been doing really good. Technology keeps advancing, and I keep finding myself relying less and less on medications. In the beginning, I was trying my struggle with 0 medications, and I think that's why it took me so long to get it under control. You got to listen to your body. It's what this life is all about, just really listening to your body. People can put you in a textbook, or they can give you excellent advice. It's up to your body. We do. Sugar keeps us going. Keeps us highly energized. It keeps us doing the things that other people need us to do. Not necessarily what we need to do. I don't need to go. There's the 3 rows of double crochet. I gotta do the fork cluster now. Do 1, 2, chain 1, and start that cluster. It's such a simple, this little, it's called a forked cluster. This little forked cluster stitch is such an elegant, cute little stitch. It's simple to keep my stitch count with, but it gives such a nice little breakup in detail. I like that one. I'm happy I learned how to do that. And what is it? I Need It Crochet has in her pattern where she uses it, there's a little hyperlink where she shows you a little tutorial on how to do it. Her pictures are incredibly clear. We have come a long way with pictures. Moon Rose, good morning, good morning. Did you get some coffee yet? Or some tea? Or a big old glass of wake-up water? Doing the Fiber Rewind series and going back in history and looking at photographic crochet tutorials for stitches. Oh my gosh, they leave so much in the dark. How did people ever learn complicated crochet stitches by those little hand-drawn diagrams? Coffee! Cheers! I'm doing iced coffee this morning because the sun shines out and it's beautiful. The picture tutorials for the I Need It Crochet, amazing. It took a lot of patience for her to take still photographs of each tiny little step of the way, and the descriptions that she used to explain what you're actually looking at in the picture, absolutely wonderful. I really think she could teach me any stitch. Which is the fun part. I never know it all. I'll never know it all. Or how to combine them. Oh, now that I know this stitch, there's so many different projects that I think could have benefited from just breaking up that long, tedious part. Uh-oh, my phone battery's going dead. Have you seen that? Have I shown this? This is my, my phone's gonna go dead so that I can show you my charging cable. I crocheted a chameleon on my phone cable. So this is the end that plugs into the electrical cord. I did a single crochet, which I then twisted it all around. And then I've got his long tongue. And at the end, I made like a little splat. And this is the splat that goes in my phone. What have you been working on? Are you a crocheter, a knitter? Have you been introduced to the micro crochet? That's a fun new project I've been dabbling in. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. We're charging now. Both! Oh my gosh. You're one of those multi-talented people. We need more of a clue. Let's see. So you do both. So you could be working on crochet or knitting. What weight yarn do you enjoy working with the most? Are you one of those bulky blanket babes? Are you more into thin threads? What's your favorite fiber weight? Ah, sorry, my hook got away from me. I like having I like having two. Oh, you don't have it yet. Oh, maybe with some time. I really like having two projects going at once. And Paige, you kind of touched on that a little bit today with your video. When I work with thread, it does use different muscles than when I'm working with what I call my big project. So I like having a little tiny thread project going, and simultaneously I like having a big project. So when my muscles need to take a break, my eyes need to take a break, there's still something that I can work on. And I switch the two projects back and forth just to keep my mind entertained, and so that I feel, it's always that struggle to feel productive, right? Because our minds are finding so many projects we want to work on. All right, Moonrose, we need another clue. Are you into garments or amigurumi? Are you into more of a decor crocheter or knitter? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have to start working on her Halloween costume. I was trying to think what kind of gray little rain cloud she could be. Eye, not in the mouth. She's just a baby. She's a big baby. She's a 45-pound, 4-month-old. No, we don't bite. Ah, Moonrose, you're leaving me hanging. What are you working on? And do you have a YouTube channel? If so, I definitely want to look up your channel and subscribe so I can follow you along in your journey on your project. Oh, Canada. Nice. Hello, neighbor. I'm in California, United States, I guess. We're all kind of breaking off and doing our own thing right now, right? Yes. Oop, oop, oop. All right, it's time for you to take a nap. So let's see. Okay. All the way up in Canada, you need some warm winter hats and some pretty summer wear. This is my 4-month-old Italian Mastiff, Sadie. Her favorite hobbies includes peeing on my kitchen floor. Hey, Sadie, no bite. The problem with big breed puppies are, oh, that's no fun. That's no fun. I hope you're able to get some medical care and get your puppy back on all fours. Problem with big breed puppies are they're so big, their intelligence hasn't caught up with their size. So they're big oafs. What type of dog do you have? No sharking. No sharking. No shark bites. No shark bites. I'm crocheting. You're taking away from my fiber time. Go take a nap. Right there. Put your head down. She's definitely in a toddler stage. Oh. We had the most amazing black lab. She's about 10 years old, and she passed away all of a sudden. Most amazing dog. And our hearts were broken, and we waited a few years, and we decided, okay, we might be ready. We got another little puppy, and tragedy struck, and we lost that puppy very, very soon after getting it. So then we decided to wait. We needed to wait. So now we're fully enjoying these puppy stages. It was nice chatting with you, Paige. I hope to see you real soon. Just a couple more weeks, right? We'll have a grand adventure. So we decided that our family was ready. We were gonna make the time and sacrifice and everything that a new puppy needs. Man, this little girl, I don't know where she got all her energy. It's like 2 puppies in one. Man, now that I've learned this little fork stitch, it's really scooting right along. I'm so glad I took the time to really examine that tutorial and not try to just fudge it with something else. Well, I have to say, I should mention it now in a little bit of chat downtime. I was really hoping my buddy Bob Smith was going to show up today. It is kind of early in the morning for Bob Smith. Never know what kind of evening Bob Smith had. A late night doesn't really make for an early morning. But hey, Bob Smith, I hope you're watching the replay. Miss chatting with you. I know you've been preoccupied and had a lot on your mind lately. Yeah, this little forked cluster moves right along. I'm gonna have to incorporate this in some other garments, or maybe, you know what, I should take a look and see if I Need It Crochet has other patterns with this forked cluster. I'm loving it. Oh, good. I'd hate to think that you lost your laptop somewhere. Hopefully you have a project in your lap right now. Moon Rose, what a beautiful name for a YouTube name. And then you have crafts at the end. I'll have to look back and see. Did you say? Oh, I have to. Okay, business name. Also, very appropriate name for a baby. You want to recycle that name and use it for a human? It would be beautiful. Do you have a YouTube channel? I'm hoping yes. I need to go over and see what you're working on. Knit, crochet. See what projects you got going on. Find some inspiration. Let's see, Canada. Do we have I think we got a pretty big time difference. I'll take a look. I think we have a pretty big time difference. Oh, I got a good question. Do you do daylight savings time in Canada? I don't remember. We're getting ready right here on March 9th to spring forward. And I have noticed the days are a lot longer now. The house got quiet. Oh, okay. House just got quiet. Somebody's up to no good. There's mischief among us. I usually do a Thursday video and show what I worked on my overnight shifts. I have 10-hour overnight shifts 2-3 times a week, and I usually get a lot of crochet done, so I like to share that on Thursday. Heathered bamboo, you just struck a chord with me. Oh, it's from Michael's. Okay, no, I haven't. So I've never really been a big yarn purchaser from Joann's. Before we lived here, I purchased most of my yarn online. And then when we moved here, I have a Hobby Lobby and a Michael's pretty close to us. And then I had a Joann's for a couple of years. I really, really like working. My favorite fiber is cotton, bamboo. Because I'm in California, I don't need to keep warm. We get cold maybe 1 week out of the year. I feel like bundling in yarn. Other than that, I don't need it. I'm a hot-tempered person. This one's cotton and polyester. It's nice. I noticed in plus size garments, cotton, if I can find a DK weight cotton, it works up. Hey, Beverly, we're talking fibers. So I've got another garment pattern that I want to make, and I want to make it it needs to be a variegated color. And so I went to Hobby Lobby. It needs to be DK3 weight. They just don't have a lot of 2-3 weight options in cotton. So thank you for mentioning the heathered bamboo from Michaels. I'm gonna go to their website. I did, after going to Hobby Lobby, I went over to Michaels to see what they had, and they took out half of, I think I know why they did it now that I mention it. They took out half of their aisles for yarn and put in fabric to make up for the lost sewing souls that are going to be wandering around looking for their new place to purchase fabric. That makes sense. Good job, Michaels, I guess. So I've been looking at quite a few online sites. I need a 3 weight, preferably DK. I guess I could always make a smaller size and make it in a 4 weight. Hate to play with patterns that much. If I change the yarn weight too much, the garment gets heavy and bothersome. Oh yes, I love the Bernat Softy. Yes, I do. So I found a dress pattern in a magazine at the library a couple weeks ago, and I have the Bernat Softy. It's Sunset Desert. It's a very slow transition, and it's the golden hues and some purples, oranges, very pretty. So I put all that together. Oh, you're right. I guess I do have a project in the weights. I have a few projects in mind that I need to get to ASAP. Hey, Tammy. Oh, I got a few projects I want to get to now. Uh-oh. Somewhere along there. I'm supposed to end with skip 1, 2 double crochets at the end. Oh. What the heck happened? I better go back and do some inventory. Do you rip it or do you fudge it? First, I try to see what the heck happened. Maybe it's not that bad or that far back. That's where it happened. I did the whole row wrong. I was supposed to skip one in the middle, and instead of skipping one in the middle, I skipped one on either end. No, I didn't. I did good. From here to here, I did good. Amanda, hey, where are you? You should be right here. Right over here. Let's see, what the heck did I do? So far, so good. So from here to here, I did good. I did good. So I'm not gonna, I think since I only got this much left, there might be some ripping. Do you hear the snoring? As she finally crashed. We had zoomies through the kitchen, through the living room. She grabbed a hold of all of her blankets out of her kennel and pulled them all out and tied them in knots. This dog. I don't see where I messed up. So I guess we're fudging it. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, good morning. You got your eyes opened wide enough to play with yarn? We're just gonna fudge it. I'm just gonna squeeze that right in there. Chain 1, 2 double crochets, call it a day. So when I do something like that, I automatically assume we're gonna have 2 cups of coffee today. A play fight on the bed. I love that Theo and Maggie get along so well. He needed that. He needed a companion. And I'm gonna mark that little row off, and I'm gonna put like a little question mark next to it, because if everything goes wrong in the next 3 double crochet rounds, I know that going back is where it all fell apart. I'm working on this top. Very, very fun design. It's the Crossroads sweater by I Need It Crochet. It works from the waist on the back, and it does a whole lacy pattern on the back. It has some single crochets and a chain for the neckline, and now I'm working down the front of it. Working down the front of it. It's moving so fast to think that I'm nearly halfway done with a whole top. Isn't that strange? The whole house just got quiet. As soon as the dog settles down, the house gets quiet. The birds are taking a nap. The fish tank stopped bubbling. You hear her snoring? She definitely snores like an old lady. It's gotta be that smashed up face thing. Moon Rose, I'm still waiting. I can't guess what you could possibly be working on. What do you got going on over there? I'm intrigued. Definitely gonna go look at your YouTube channel and see what you worked on last week and the week before that. I'm starting my 3 rows of double crochets. Oh, fiance, congratulations. Ooh, a cappuccino. We're having fancy coffee this morning. We sure are. I brewed my coffee over ice. That makes it fancy. That's the fancy stuff around here. Hey, Beverly, what's going on? An hour or more? Oh, my Walmart only has like one tiny little half rack. Yeah, it's not a great selection. I love this cotton, I do, but it's a 4-weight. It's it says medium 4-weight. I feel like it's slightly thinner. It could be used in those DK patterns, but it's heavy. This stuff, that's why I like this Wrapology. They don't have it anymore, but this Wrapology, why'd they clearance it? It's so light. It's the perfect summer garment. And then, I mean, if you wanted to, I think it would be really cute maybe to put a turtleneck and a long sleeve on and just throw this over the top. Oh, that Bernat Softy. I really like working with the Bernat Softy. That's a good one. And so I was thinking, you know, with all these big box stores carrying a minimal variety in cottons, maybe I should just go directly to the source. I've been spending ample amount of hours on lionbrand.com, premier.com. Like, I'm just going to go directly to the manufacturers and just take a look around. They have just as much sales as, you know, as the big box stores do. I think that it would be, oh, I did notice. So if I went to one of those big box stores and I put something in the cart and then I left it and went to another site, within a minimal amount of time, I would get an email, or if I went back to the cart, I would get a coupon. Most of the time for the free shipping. I don't know if that's going to work every time, but I love a free shipping coupon. Sometimes the shipping is more than the item that I wanted to get. If I get a bunch of stuff on clearance, I don't meet the minimum purchase requirement. And then there's always, you know, free shipping kind of goes to the back of the line when it comes to express shipping. Ah, the Impkins book. I do enjoy Impkins. Impkins kind of got shoved aside when that monster book came out. Might have to pull out my Impkins book and my monster book and keep them nice and fresh. I filled up those books with so many features, tabs. I put little post-it notes on all the features that I wanted to make. I'm going to have one crazy looking monster Impkin if I can bind them all. Premier Basics. Yeah. Yeah. Megan Lapp. You were gonna combine an Impkins and a monster? Do it. It would be so cute. Definitely unique. I love that idea. Acrylics, polyester, just, it gets so warm here in California. Like, our winter is really only cold for a week or two, and then we throw on a little jacket or a little something. I don't have use for yarny garments. I mean, of course, if I'm making a blanket, that's perfect. That works, you know, acrylic all the way. I could wash it. We can enjoy it. We don't have to worry about it falling apart. Definitely, but I don't make blankets. I like the amigurumi and the garments. I need cottons. I need to do some brand exploration and really find out, like, I notice a lot of the cottons, and it's probably because it's really hard to dye, but a lot of the cottons that I can find that are in DK weight are usually just solids, which means I could buy a variety of them and, you know, color control and mix and match. But then we come into the question of all the knots where I've joined all these colors together. I just see a hole in the market for affordable, variegated, weight size 2 and 3, cotton, bamboo, cotton, bamboo, possibly linen if it was a blend and it was strong enough. Garment quality fibers. I see a hole for that. Ooh, an Addie. Oh. Congratulations on your Addie. Let's see. So you got a 46 peg and a 22, or it does a 22. So that's socks, right? Your Addie will do the sock blanks. Do a little afterthought. Heel and cuff. Heel, toe, and cuff. How exciting. Oh, you're going to have so much fun on your Addie. I have seen quite a few Instagram reels where they're making those little plushy animals with their Addies. It's more than socks for 22. Oh. Yeah, they're knitting up those blanks and they're turning them into kitty cats and snakes. These 3 rows of double crochet, they're just zooming along. This, such a fun, quick make. I'm really looking forward to wearing this to the San Luis Obispo, California fiber meetup. So far we have 5 California YouTube friends meeting up. Hopefully there's about 3 more invitations that are floating around waiting to see. The 3 are in LA area, so it wouldn't be too much of a drive for them to come if, you know, if they'd want to get together and meet up. One of our California fiber friends is staying at a KOA campground. So I'm looking forward to taking crochet projects and sitting in a circle and telling fiber ghost stories around a fireplace. Or maybe roasting some marshmallow and munching on some s'mores. Oh, not yet, huh? Not yet. Well, I'm not sure if Brenda Bear Crochet or if Teresa with Phoenix Gate Crafts. I'm not sure if I've met them. They live really pretty close to me. Dawn Aaron and Darn Yarn Doll is in California. I will have to take a look and send them an invite. It's the California Fiber Meetup is very new. We're trying to meet in Central California. It's gonna change locations and we're gonna try to meet up every couple of months because I know it's a little bit of a financial strain with our California gas prices. But it would be interesting to see how many people we can get together. But for Amanda's meetup, my leg is falling asleep. For Amanda's meetup, we got so much fun to go. It would be nice if there were fiber friends just to sit and relax and talk to. All right, this is the truth. Did adding those extra little stitches in there throw me off? 1, 2, 3. Nope, I have my 3 at the end. Perfect. Nice. Knowing me, that one little stitch that I popped in there would make the whole garment go bloop. Okay, I have to remember to check off my row. What is the point of planning it out if I don't keep track of the row? Okay, 2 more round repeats. We're doing good. I think there's a live that happens once a week with Dawn Aaron or Dawn Yarn Doll. Those sound familiar. Channels sound familiar. There's also a YouTube group that meets up, and it's called West Coast. Oh, West Coast Fiber. I can't remember, but they're crocheters and knitters, and they get together and they do a live chat once a week, and it's called West Coast something. And I went in there and said hi to everybody and started talking, and I figured out that they weren't on the West Coast. Not all of them. I mean, I think one person was in maybe Washington or Oregon, but I was hoping that there was at least one person. Wednesdays, yeah, I was hoping that there was someone, I don't know, by chance in California, and I could add them to the California Fiber meetup. That's all right. That's all right. We're all global. Hopefully, once we all start flying around and meeting each other, the world will get a little smaller, right? Get the world a little smaller. So I gotta keep going until this front panel is the same length as the back panel, which I'm almost there. This much more. Those will all be double crochets, and then that forked cluster row, which goes really fast. Oh, up north Alberta, but still on the west. Oh, okay. So the coastline does go all the way up. That makes sense. I was just hoping to, you know, stumble across a neighbor. Just stumble across someone with a YouTube channel that was just, you know, like an hour away from me. Well, I'm happy to say that at least the new setup is nice and secure. I feel much better knowing that you're not gonna pop off my little video brick. I don't have a Facebook for crocheting or fiber stuff. My Facebook page is private, and it's just for to keep family and immediate friends up to date on the household going-ons, because, you know, my family's so widespread and all over the place. It's nice to be able to touch in with them with personal updates. The California Fiber Meetup is a private hidden group. It's by invite only, and one of the requirements, because we do share personal information about itinerary on, you know, where we're going and what we're doing, and hotels that we're staying at and the dates that we're staying there, so that we can group as many friends together in one centralized location as possible. So it's private invite only for fiber artists that are in, you have to live in California. And hopefully the intentions of coming and hanging out too, right? So I don't have a link for Facebook for that. Moon Rose, do you have any fiber friends or yarn shop meetups that you go to where you get to crochet or knit with likely minded friends? That's always fun to find. A couple weekends ago, my friend Sarah Nicole traveled up from Southern LA, and we found a yarn shop, the Black Squirrel in Berkeley, and I noticed on their wall they have tons of in-person groups. They have a spinning class. I can get my spinning wheel all dusted off and take it over there once a week and hang out and learn some tips and tricks in person. Hey Ellen, how are you? Happy Friday. We made it. We made it to another free weekend. I don't work overnights on Sunday nights anymore, so I actually feel like I get like a full 2 days worth of fun with the family. I was saying earlier, this weekend to celebrate my birthday, we're going to San Francisco. We're gonna walk through the Chinatown district, and we're gonna have dinner at, get this, the Stinking Rose. The Stinking Rose is an Italian restaurant that's very heavy-handed in the garlic. My husband is looking forward to it. We've been there before. We just happened upon it one time, and it was absolutely delicious. We sat outside on a little cafe style on the street, and this time we have dinner reservations for an early dinner. Inside, I did get to peek inside. It's very eclectic. Oh no, what the heck happened down there? It's very eclectic. Lots of funky art and designs and old school Italian, and there's a bunch of little tiny rooms, so we're looking forward to having dinner over there. In the shops, I'm looking for a jade bracelet. I would love to have a jade bangle. I'm not particular on the shade, but it needs to be, I would like a plus size jade bracelet. I think we'll have fun. All the kids are coming. I know. Even my oldest, who is always so busy. We're all going in one car. The back seat's gotten so filled up now that all 3 kids have long legs. So my 19-year-old, my 16-year-old, my 10-year-old, we're packing all in and we're heading to the big city. We're gonna load up on garlic and head on home. So we actually have some sunny weather predicted for Saturday. If something happens and the weather changes, we'll probably go on Sunday. I'm also looking, and I think I'll find some cotton. I saw a little tiny shop, a little corner shop when I was Googling around that has craft supplies. I think that might include some imported cotton. We'll see. I've got 2 projects on the back of my mind that I really need some 2-weight or 3-weight cotton. We'll see. Oh, gemstones and crystals. Oh yeah. So beautiful. I love it when I find a little pebble or a little something that just fits in my pocket. I take it out before it hits the washing machine. Damaged a few of them that way. What's everyone working on today? Oh, thank you, thank you. My oldest Nola made me a carrot cake. That was on Wednesday night. I had a slice. And then Thursday morning I had a slice with my coffee. And then Thursday night after dinner I had a little nibble. And I can hear the last little piece calling to me in the refrigerator. Carrot cake's my favorite. It really is a spring flavor, isn't it? Can you hear her snoring? She was rampaging through here. I kept thinking she bumped her head and went to bed. Well, I'm almost coming down the end of the row. Pie? I do love pie. Uh-oh. We hit the bottom, folks. I do love some pie. Uh-oh. What the heck? I plugged you in. Went dark. The cake is calling to me. Dawn Yarndall? Oh, okay. I do like calling you Moon Rose. I think that would be a beautiful name for a human. It just goes together so well. Now I'm trying to think. I think it was Punky Brewster. Her name was Moon. What was Punky Brewster's real name? It was Moon something. That doesn't sound quite right. I love calling you Tap Mama. Here at the house, even the kids call you that. Well, we intermix it more lately. Just because when you get here, you know, we don't want to be inside Walmart yelling for moon fry. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Moon Rose is prettier than Moon Fry. Yeah. Those Hollywood names. Yeah, we don't want to be inside the grocery store shopping with you and everyone's running around. Tab Mama, they have strawberry water. It's fun picking a channel name or a business name. Amanda, you had a great idea with picking one that was unique. There won't ever be another channel as close to yours. Like you said, when you look it up, as soon as you start punching in those letters, you're the first one to pop up. Actually, I don't know of any other channels that sound like Moon Rose. That's why I picked Hooked on Wishing Crochet. Yeah, took a long time to just think of something fun, something you wouldn't mind saying or hearing over and over again. Ah, your name is unique. That works. Have you ever ran into a channel or that your username was already picked? Right. So let Moon Fry. Nellie, that's a unique name. My leg's falling asleep. What is it? 10 a.m. here in California, and my leg's trying to go to sleep. Wake up, leg. We got a full day. So let's see, I was able to get Hooked on Wishing Crochet on Instagram. Hooked on Wishing Crochet at yahoo.com. That was available. The YouTube was available. And so I was kind of thinking, like, as far as business names, oh, backwards. Oh, see, that's what makes it so personal, is great-great-grandmothers. Yeah, that makes it personal. I was kind of thinking about how people not patent their business name, but get their business license and that sort of thing in their name to kind of protect it. But I already have so much established in Hooked on Wishing Crochet. I don't think very many people are going to fight me for it. Oh, yeah, a little different. Still close enough to remind you of your loved one. Yeah. Okay, end of the row. Have to be accountable for. If I don't keep track of these, I'm going to end up with way too many rows, and I don't want to rip out good work. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows left. Are we in it for the long haul? So one more row of the double crochet. This is the Crossroads sweater. It is a pattern by I Need It Crochet. I found this pattern on Ravelry, and I've had it hearted, liked for a very long time. And I was digging through my yarn cellar, and I found this Wrapology. I grabbed, I can't remember, 3 or 4 of these, and they were $2.24 on one of those orange stickers, and I grabbed some. So this pattern calls for, it's a 2/8. It's a 2/8 cotton, and I love it because it's so light. So light. It's working up great. Very interesting pattern. It starts from the back, from the waist, and you do this lace pattern on the back all the way up to the shoulder. So that's the back, nice and airy, perfect for a tank top. You do a couple of rows of single crochet, which helps balance the weight of your sweater. Excellent feature. Helps balance the weight. And you do a chain across, and then you do the lace pattern down to an appropriate bust length. And then you start, which will be the whole body, which is, I think she patented this stitch, which is really hard to do because there's so many stitches that we've done over the years over and over again. But she has an amazing tutorial. It's called the Forked Cluster, and it's a tiny little bean stitch. It's not really a puff, and it's not enough to be a puff, and it's not enough to be a popcorn because you're not going back and grabbing it. So it's a tiny little bean 3-stitch decrease. So you're working a bean into one, you're skipping one, and then you're finishing the stitch by putting another bean and pulling them all together. Amazing pictures in the tutorial. Absolutely amazing. It works up super fast. It breaks up just the rounds and rounds of double crochet that get so tedious. So every 3 rows, she's having us do the forked cluster. Just to even it out so that the front panel will be the same length. I got a little bit more. So the front panel will be the same length as the back panel. And then we're gonna stitch in the sides, which she had us leave an extra long string on the side. We're stitching in the sleeves and then continuing around. It is gonna be perfect to wear this spring. I'm excited on this one. So excited that actually, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of other fiber possibilities. This, depending on the sizing that this one works out, I'm also thinking those shawl in a balls. I got a couple of those lingering around. I think a shawl in the ball would be a comparative size and work up, and then that gradient because it's going from your waist all the way up over your shoulders and down to your waist again. And then maybe do that band in just a different color. I'll post a link. I'll go back. I Need It Crochet is definitely a designer that I go to often because she specializes in inclusive sizes. She gives the pattern stitch count, which a lot of designers don't do, and she's really accurate. Her testing pools are huge. She tests multiple people in all the size range. I think she goes up, well, she'll go up to whatever size you are because she gives the stitch patterns, but in written patterns, she goes up to a 5X or a 6X, which, thank you. But she also goes down to extra small. And because she's giving the stitch pattern, you can make it even an itty bitty newborn baby size if you wanted to. You could size this down for a doll. My Cabbage Patch babies. If I have any scrap yarn, I should make matching outfits for my Cabbage Patch babies. We can all dress the same and go out in public. Amanda, we're gonna carry a Cabbage Patch baby around with us on our adventures. Okay, yes. So a 3X, I was just ranting and raving about this a few minutes ago. 3X. I've been a 3X. The quantity of yarn, cotton, that it takes to make a 3X gets so, it's a burden. It's so heavy that even to put it on, we wear cotton in the summer because, you know, it's lighter, it's absorbent, it feels better. But not when you have 2,000 yards of cotton. It's heavy. So making a garment in a 3-weight, a 2-weight, or a 3-weight, it helps, but then it's so small. Like, really, how many stitches are you going to put into it before you're tired, right? Keep sipping on it, but it's empty. The ice keeps melting and making more. And then in fall, huh? Christy Twisty. I love it. Oh man, I love that. I do have an email address. It's a little complicated. Don't send me nothing ugly. I'm not here for that. Can you see that one? Is it backward? It's hooked _ on _ wishing _ crochet. Hooked on wishing crochet at yahoo.com. Because it was free and I could link it to my personal email address and then I can click back and forth through the pages. I'm telling you, simplicity. Have fun, Elaine. Ellen, I'm sorry. Have fun, Ellen. Have a great weekend. I hope to visit with you again real soon. Bye. Christy Twisty, how'd you come up with your name? I love it. I mean, it rhymes. It rhymes. That's a good one, too. Yeah, so it's really hard to find a fiber that's lightweight enough for the yardage that you need to make a garment that just doesn't become cumbersome to like wear and put on. And then of course the stitch matters too. If it's a very dense stitch, it's gonna be a yarn hog. And then we all want a value in the yarn that we're buying. If we go buy the DK weight cotton that's all hand dyed, it gets pretty pricey for all those hanks. Ooh, ice cream cookies. Oh, ice cream yarn. Oh, slippers. That's always a fun gift to get. Have you experimented with all the non-slippy tips and tricks that are out there on how to make grippies on the bottom of the slipper socks? That was part of the fun when my grandma would make me slipper socks. I could go ice skating in the kitchen. I don't think I want to go ice skating in my kitchen anymore. I'm 44 years old. I need the grippies. Beverly, what? You've never made a wearable top or a sweater? Which do you prefer, Beverly? Do you prefer crocheting or knitting? Do you do both? I think I remember that you dabble a little in each, right? This would be, I would honestly highly recommend this as a very, very easygoing top. I know the stitch looks like crochet acrobats, Amanda. I hear you, but it's not. The simple stitches that this lacy combination uses are so incredibly simple. Oh, the puff paint for the socks. Yes, that's a good one. Oh, and such a variety of color too. If you can double crochet and chain, that's it. Oh, there was, okay, so then this little row is a single, half double, double, single, half double, and then back the other way. Oh, the glow in the dark puff paints, those are fun. Very, very simple stitches with a combination that it's intriguing enough. And you know, I used a yarn with multiple colors in it, and I can still see my stitch definition. You know, sometimes the fancy stitches do the talking, and then sometimes the yarn has to be the star of the show, you know? Sometimes these yarns are so beautiful, you just want a very simple stitch to carry it. This is a nice balance. This has done both. This colorway is called Petal Showers in Spring. Ah, no wonder I'm using it for spring. So the cotton, the base color of the cotton is a gray with like a purple hue to it, a lavender hue to it. And then it has like a sewing thread wrapped around it that's tight in some places and loose in others. And the thread around it is a lavender, which fades into a light blue, which fades into a spring green. So there's some varying ebb and flow with it. Not enough to be so distracting that you can't see the pattern. And I think they're gonna go perfect with jeans. I got jean shorts, jean capris. Perfect for summer. You're making a bag. I'm making a bag for snow globes from my local friend. Oh, what a marvelous idea. Oh, that's fantastic. To protect the snow globes when she's putting them away, or to keep the sunlight from, because I know you got to keep your snow globes out of the sunlight or it'll change your water a little. Is she packing them away or just protecting them? Mostly crochet. Beverly mostly crochets. Same as me. I can knit and purl, but nothing fancy. Those sock gussets really get me. Oh, but you're making so much stuff. So many items. You are my sunshine. Oh, the baby. Oh, a great congratulations, a great grandson. Due in May. Oh, Beverly, you got to get to working. Mustard yellow is a perfect color for sunshine. No, yellow and mustard yellow, they'll have matching blankets. Beverly, that's beautiful. Congratulations. Your family's growing. Your Christmases just got one present bigger. Maybe a few. Babies get more gifts. So they won't get broken. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. Oh, what a useful project. Yeah. Snow globes are gorgeous. You got to protect them. It's usually something people collect. How many of the snow globe bags are you making? Oh, Beverly, your project sounds beautiful. 75. Congratulations. One of my children, I won't say which one, asked me if I felt old at 44. And I had to look at him, tell him yes. Some days I do, and some days I don't. I've earned every single one of those years. I earned it. There is no way that I would want to hide from it or not share it. Or my grandma taught us it was rude to ask how old an older person was, and she will never tell you her age, and I don't really see the purpose in that. 44. 44 years. I earned those. I'm gonna share them. I'm not on Amanda's Facebook chat room. I kind of streamlined my Facebook so that it's only friends and family, because we share such personal things going on in our lives that I wasn't able to join individual yarn groups and still be able to keep everything as private for the kids' sake. I do Instagram, YouTube. You know, I really wish YouTube would allow us to share some pictures. I watch some videos that inspire me, and I would love to post a picture sharing what I made from that person. That would be incredible if YouTube allowed us to do that. Which is more why I have Instagram, is to share the pictures on Instagram. I don't do TikTok. Never done TikTok. Or any of the other social medias. I am on Reddit. That's a mess. That's just a pure gossip. Those are the dark streets. The fiber community's dark back alley streets. I might have to jump on Amanda's chat just to see my sunshine. That sounds beautiful. Did your granddaughter's yellow blanket, did it have a writing on it or a saying on it? I'm not on, I think I have a Pinterest account. With Instagram and YouTube, I have so many patterns and inspirations going on that I got a long list of things that I would absolutely love to make, and I don't have the time now. I can't imagine if I got on Pinterest and started making a board full of all the I want to makes. Oh, that'd be a lot. I do have a lot of friends and family who send me a lot of Pinterest. Oh, infinite amount of positivity and inspiration going on over there. I get a lot of screenshots from Pinterest from friends and family asking, please, please make me these. Annie's Attic. Yes, Annie's Attic. That's where all of the crochet kits pop up from. I noticed on my Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of Annie's Attics. I think they send them out so frequently, people have a hard time keeping up with all the amazing patterns and fibers. That would be a good Christmas birthday idea. A little subscription. Hello, hello, Lady Crochet. Oh, you know Beverly and Moonrose. How are you? You having a little coffee or tea this morning, or a big old glass of ice water to get your day going? All right, so I've got just about my 3 rows of double crochets in. I can officially say that one row way back when I had to fudge it was not a negative correction. I just don't see how it got off. You know, quite possibly what I struggle with the most is when I chain up. When I chain 3, just my own hand, my own tension, when I chain 3, I get like a little boop. When I chain 2, it gives me a nice crisp edge. See all my chain 3s? But I really like to stick to the pattern, like trust the process. The pattern designer meant it to be chain 3. So I chain 3. I don't know, that might be one of those adaptations that I make, or even, what is it called? A stacked single usually gives you the height of a double crochet. Lady Crochet, it's almost over. Are you one of those late night owls? Oh, well, that's okay, Beverly. I'm glad that the baby boy's blanket's gonna be completely different. It sounds just as beautiful. Not too matchy-matchy, but you're still going with the same color scheme. Oh, Netherlands. Wow, we got a pretty big time difference. Thank you for spending a few minutes and popping in to say hi. Very nice to meet you. Very, very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming by. Across the ocean, the UK, Australia, Netherlands. Well, now in the Netherlands, it gets pretty cold, so you have to worry about bundling up too. We were just talking about fibers and how some are appropriate for different parts of the United States and Canada. You've got a pretty big climate difference from me too. Coming down here to the end of the row. I was almost hesitant to use this yarn for this project. It's discontinued and I only have, well, I definitely bought enough for a garment amount. That's why I jumped on it and did it, is because I, you know, when you go to those orange sticker clearance sales, if you don't get enough for a whole project or have a project in mind, it almost just seems to sit and become part of the seller collection. I don't need a wine cellar full of fiber. I want to use it. I want to enjoy it. It screamed to me from the shelf for a reason. I need to see it, you know, grow up and become something. Hi, Regina. I don't do lives very often. I don't do, because I can't control the noise in the house. I got a full house. Sitting behind you is a bird cage with 4 parakeets in it. And it sounds like nobody's arguing, nobody's singing the song of their people. Sadie was just running around like a racetrack in the beginning of the video. Now she's right behind me snoring. And I noticed the rooster in the backyard is quieted down. He must have said everything he had to say. And even the fish tank, the filter sounds like it's working smoothly right now. Very rare, quiet moment. Then I've been playing around with the editing on the videos, trying to cut out background noise and find out where the crazy random music was coming from. All right, end of the row. I'm getting closer. They know I'm live. They're being respectful. It's the stern warning I gave them before I jumped on. No, the lives are fun. It's fun to see who's on YouTube at what time. See what's going on in the world. What's everybody working on? Beverly has the most beautiful blanket. Oh, I gotta see it. Gotta get over there. Buried? Aw, it's not lively company. Well, if you ever get a chance to come visit, you can get some coffee or something and try and lighten the mood. All right, I'm ready to start a round of the forked cluster. Breaking up all those double crochets so it doesn't seem so drolling on and on. That's probably the one thing about garments is once you get to that long spot for the torso, if there's not a creative design or a fun stitch pattern going on, man, that spot really takes forever. It feels like it's not growing, it's not moving. Oh. Oh. That's sad. Always a risk, huh? I haven't had any surgeries or thankfully never broken any bones. Been pretty healthy. That's wood. We're gonna go ahead and knock on that. Oh, I'm very, very lucky. I've been very, very healthy. Ah! I caught myself up on the... I just kept going. I tried to do 4 or 5 of the fork together. Isn't that the hardest thing, Beverly? To try to take a picture in good light, spread out, a flattering angle. Like, I really struggle with taking good pictures too. All the work that goes into each and every stitch, you just think that it would want to shine on its own, wouldn't it? Now, I look on Instagram and see all the beautiful pictures that people are taking out in their floral gardens, or even if they take them in the house, and I don't know what kind of phone or camera equipment they're using, but oh, they belong in a magazine, a billboard even. Some of those details really get captured in their pictures. That's definitely difficult. I'll go over to Amanda's Facebook group and see, knock on her door and see if she'll let me in. I gotta see that picture. The biggest trees in the world. Yosemite? Yosemite National Forest? There are some very tall redwood trees, the sequoias in Yosemite, but actually some of the bigger ones are along the coast, or along Highway 1. Once you get up into Mendocino County, they have a tree that you can drive your car through. There's also, I was talking about it earlier in the video with Paige, there's also a bookstore, a used bookstore along Highway 1 in the Redwoods, and it's built up in a redwood tree. A tree house bookstore. I need to get over there. There has got to be some crochet pattern books in a treehouse bookstore that we can all go to together on a live or something. Get over there. Lady Crochet has shawl patterns? Ooh, I've just discovered a new resource. Yeah, there's the sequoias. Amanda, Tap Mama, and the Bag Brigade. The Bag Brigade's staying home. They don't fly. But Amanda's on her way. Hopefully she's packing right now to get over here and come visit with me. And we're gonna sit here and here, and we're gonna enjoy some crochet together and watch some crime documentaries probably. Or some BritBox. I gotta get BritBox. Cinnamon Stitches. Yeah, she's got some tutorials. I'm not a subscriber to Cinnamon Stitches. I know. I enjoy the small channels, the small YouTube channels. It seems like when people get over 5, 10K subscribers, it really loses this. I was a subscriber for Cinnamon Stitches way back when it was small and there were hearts on the comments or some give and take and some feedback. On my channel, I really try to have a conversation. That's the whole reason why I put myself out there and I started the channel was for this. I want to talk. I want to talk fiber. I want to talk yarn. I want to talk patterns. My family, they don't get it. None of them crochet. They're not interested. And I get the same, good job, Mom. Looks great, honey. No, I need more than that. I need fiber friends. I need real people to sit with and hang out with. It seems like when channels get so big, that's wonderful. That's great. Hopefully they're getting paychecks and they're not getting bogged down with content. But it almost feels like when I comment on those channels or when they're unable, I have to be polite because I've got nothing against a big channel. But it just seems like I'm actually becoming part of a burden by trying to reach out like used to happen when the channel was small. That's enough of that. Come on, Beverly. It's Stockton. Stockton's about 45 minutes, maybe an hour from where I am in a little town called Oakley, California. And the museum to come see it. Come on, Beverly. You see this couch over here? And this couch right here? I've gotcha. Come on, come visit. We'll have fun. Stockton has a huge amount of antique co-op thrift stores. And if you come here to Oakley, we have produce stands all over the place. Tons of fresh fruit and vegetables. We'll have a great time. And I want to go to the museum too. I want to see and shake his hand. Thank him. What a risky service. Ugh. Come on, come visit. Raining Yarn. Yes, I subscribe. Raining Yarn. It's Raining Yarn. Yeah. Not a fan of Juan. Nope. Not a fan of Juan. Probably a really, really nice guy when he was a small channel. But again, once channels get too big, it doesn't feel like it's personally interacting. It feels like very commercialized. Like they're trying to sell themselves or sell. I don't know. Sorry, not a fan of the big channels. Zoom calls, that might be a little bit more personal, huh? Because there's a lot of quick give and take in conversation. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I get tickled when I find a new channel that's super small and I get to see the updates of their makes. I love going back in YouTube videos and seeing like, hey, today I went and I purchased this yarn, and then maybe a few videos later, hey, look, I found this pattern for this yarn that I bought. And it's just enjoying the whole journey, the excitement of the buildup. It's thrilling. And then, you know, going on the journey with their discovery of a new stitch. Absolutely thrilling. I love that. I also, totally personal, I don't enjoy hauls. I get so envious of people going out and buying all this beautiful fiber or these notions or these awesome things, and then I start noticing that those channels do hauls a lot, and I start realizing, hey, you're buying a lot. Not that it's any of my business how much you're spending or what you're doing, but what is my business is, what are you using it for? Or I want to see what you're creating. I want to see what that yarn becomes, not necessarily that you have it. I do enjoy the yarn reviews because that helps me in my future purposes or my future purchases, and gets me excited about like, oh, there was that one pattern that I think that would be beautiful for. So I do enjoy the yarn reviews, but not so much just when people are opening bags and showing what they bought. I want to dive deeper. That's surface level excitement. Like I want to see more. More conversation. How long did it take you? Would you make that pattern again? Is there a different fiber that you would have in mind? Angela in Canada. Something precious. My precious yarnery. My precious yarnery. Oh my gosh. Her cabinetry behind her videos, absolutely beautiful. Oh, if I can imagine every color in the world, it would definitely be on her shelves. Yes. Oh, okay, Manuela. I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. It's what it's all about, making connections and having a good time, right? something to look forward to. Every day just becomes the same if we're just sitting here by ourselves working through these projects. We need company. We need good company. I got to see her little goats. Oh my goodness. Absolutely adorable. She got on video and I could hear their little, what are they? Their little goaty noises. How precious are they? I like watching those little Instagram reels where they have all the little baby goats in pajamas, or when they do the goat yoga. Definitely makes me want to trade this pup for a goat. Nah. She's gonna be as big as a goat. What other channels are you guys into? What other channels you like? Have you had a chance to see Eva's new channel? She's just getting it going. It's starting out. It's nice and small. She's hearting and commenting on everybody. It's called Make It Yours with Eva. Oh, it's going to be a fun channel. She does so many different crafts. She really is into everything. And you know what I think is absolutely fantastic? Her family gets together every once in a while and they do a family craft night. Oh, of course, Crystal. Crystal. And her new little channel where it's just the sit and talk and chat. Oh, I love it. I love to see her actually working on a shawl. It's just fantastic. Really the best of both worlds with her main bag a day channel showing new fibers and the tutorials and everything, and then now she's got like the more personal side of it. So I agree with her. That's definitely an amazing thing to have. Ah, Shih Tzu. Oh, King Charles. Oh, they have so much personality in those floppy long-haired ears. About, oh my gosh, my son's 10. About, 10 years ago now, I worked with our local animal shelter, and I worked with them about 6 years. And I really got to see so many different types of dog breeds. Absolutely fascinating how they have so many different attributes. Just those little features that just make them special and unique. Actually really enjoyed working there. Probably wouldn't ever apply to go back, but I definitely enjoyed spending time with those in need. 3 greyhounds. Oh my goodness, your house is a racetrack. You got a lot of energy consumed in those walls, contained in those walls. Oh, okay. Hopefully I'm doing good here. I'm trying to watch the stitch count. Ah, I messed that one up just when I'm saying it, huh? Friday. Hopefully everyone's going to get some amazing weather this weekend. Do you have any fun weekend plans? Fun weekend plans include staying home too, as long as there's no chores involved. Anything exciting happening this weekend? Hopefully by Monday, my exciting part will be getting to wear my new top. I don't know if it'll take me that long. We'll see. Plus, with all the activities going on Saturday, I don't think I'll have very much time tomorrow. I do like to take projects in the car with me when we're having an explorative adventure. Coming down to the end of the row. Hopefully my stitch count's still good. We shall see. I should have had a bigger glass of coffee. Or one a little closer. Yeah. The ice cubes melted. Time to move on to the Coke Zero. I still got quite a few ice cubes in that cup. I might have to run and get me a refill real quick. Yeah. Tons of adventure this weekend, but I think this project is right to the part where it's a little too big to be mobile. It's a little too big to be mobile, and I'll definitely be finished with it before Tuesday. Tuesday night's my next overnight shift. I have some micro things that I need to get started. I want to do some micro crochet on my overnights, which works out well because it's a bulk. It's like 9-10 hours where I sit and crochet. So don't really want to pack up a project that only has an hour or two left on it to go with me. Ooh, have to plan my week. My next week, and it's only Friday. You know what would be a really good project to take with me is the next Jada and Stitches unblanket. I gotta do the March. I want to add a tiny little cupcake applique. I need to add 2 of them, one for my birthday and one for my son's birthday, so that next year in March, when I bring out my unblanket projects and start hanging them up for each month, when we get to March, we know we get to celebrate our birthday cakes. And then I'm thinking quite possibly she's got some green leprechaun business going on. So I was digging through my yarn yesterday and I pulled out what I think would be an amazing gold, just in case her theme includes some gold coins. Ooh, on the little cupcake appliques, I could put green sprinkles. That would be very jolly. Having a lot of fun with those. For the February, I did all the little heart pockets and put little doggy treats in them. So my little advent is for the pup. All right, down to the end, down to the end. And 1 and 2. Okay. I did well. Thank you for your support. So I'm supposed to skip 1 and then 1 and 2. No. Uh-oh, I think that one's off. Maybe I didn't. Ah! I'm lurking and working. Jealous? Come on, Regina. I'm not that far into it. You don't have to be jealous. Let's work on this one together. This is the Crossroads sweater. I found the pattern on Ravelry. She also has a YouTube, and it's I Need It Crochet. She specializes in, well, in my opinion, she specializes in total inclusivity. She's inclusive with her sizes. This is a fun pattern. It starts from the back waist, and you're working up your back, which is this nice lacy piece, which would be perfect for wearing during the summer with a tank top. And then you get to your shoulder seams, and she did some very nice stitch work. It's 4 rows of single crochet, which help balance the sweater so that it's not constantly pulling back or front. It helps keep it centered on your body. Nice feature. And then she does a chain across the front, and then the front has the continued lace to an appropriate breast length so that we're not exposing too much of anything. And then we start on this fun little pattern here with a specialized stitch. It's a forked cluster. New stitch for me, and it's working up great as long as I can keep my stitch count. Oh, I gotta go back and look. There we go. Somewhere I either skipped one too many or I didn't. That's what happens when we get to visiting, right? That was when I was counting. I didn't even count louder and louder because no one was interrupting me. That's usually part of my crochet time. See, even when I'm left alone to, well, not alone. Thank you for visiting with me. But even when I've got not much going on, I can still fumble on my own. No, I'm not seeing anything weird. You know, I bet I just didn't grab. So that's 2 where I don't see a mess up that my stitch count's off. Fudging it. No one is going to look at me when I'm wearing this beautiful garment and microscope in and say, oh, right there, you messed up. How rude. Nobody's going to do that. We're fudging it. Mother's Day. I don't typically crochet just for holidays. What sort of holiday fun patterns do you have planned? Holiday patterns. One year I made the kids Easter baskets. I guess that would count. I made those little egg holding Easter baskets. They really enjoyed those. Those were cute. And we put them away so we could bring them out each and every year. Now the kids, I can't get them to hunt for eggs filled with candy. They're all preteens and teens. They want money. I gotta put money in those eggs to get them to go out and find them. Well, I think I need to go get more coffee. It's probably time to open up the windows and let the sunshine in and get my day started. I'm gonna have to set my project down and come back to it this evening. Should probably let you go too. Let you go out and adventure in the day and do stuff. It's beautiful outside. It really is. Michael sent me some coupons pretty early this morning. They want people to come visit. I will see you all later. Thank you for visiting. Bye.